Hello, in this video I'm going to show you a couple great ways to find popular periodicals, newspapers and magazines in the library databases. The first one we're going to look at is OneSearch. OneSearch we use to find books, and again this is a great way to start your research before you become more strategic and try some of the other things. We're just going to do a quick search in OneSearch. Let's say we're working on living wage. I know someone is doing minimum wage as a topic, so we'll go ahead, type in living wage in OneSearch. Again, OneSearch searches all of our EBSCO databases plus some of our other databases from other vendors. So it isn't everything, but it's a good way to kind of cast your net initially. So let's click on search. Okay, so right off the bat, we see lots of great things, but for our purposes, we want newspapers and magazines. So we need to start by narrowing it down. We've got over 1 million hits here. So we need to click on full text. I'm also going to change the year. I don't need to go back to 1710 for the purposes of my topic. So I'm just going to stick within, let's say, the last 5 years. I'm not clicking scholarly. We're not doing scholarly articles right now. So then I scroll down and I am looking for news as newspapers and magazines. So if you look at the results, if it says periodical, that means a magazine. Generally a popular magazine, though it could be a trade magazine, as you learned. So generally, I would say probably People Management is most likely a trade magazine. I can also look real quickly and see it's Canada. This looks like it's Great Britain. So we're not really interested in that, in Great Britain at this point. So I'm just going to go up to advanced search. We'll work on that later, advanced searching. But let's put United States. And then we'll search again. Now the downside of this is that I've lost all my limiters, so we're back to doing this again, but it's good to get in the habit of doing that. And then again, we're going to click magazines and news. Okay. So hopefully there's still some that say Canadian Dimension, probably because they mention the United States. Okay. So I'm just taking a quick look through HR Magazine. To me, that rings bells of trade magazines. The Nation I'm familiar with, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. The Nation is a very liberal, progressive magazine, so I know that in looking at this that I'm going to get a certain point of view, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Fair Pay. And I like to look at the subject terms. Add these to your list of keywords if you don't already have them. So living wage movement seems like a really good one. I'm going to try that one instead of what I have. But first, let's come over here. So I want to remind you in EBSCO databases, you can save your article to Google Drive. You can print it, you can email it, you can save it to your laptop or your computer, and you can cite. So I'm going to click on cite. I want to remind you that what you see in here is not always correct, and I can tell you right now that it's not. Looking at APA, it's missing the information about retrieved from. So that's incorrect. And then if I scroll down to MLA, I'm looking at this, and this is not quite correct either. So again, you have to compare them against the handout that you have and against the APA and MLA pages we have. So I will be holding you to the standard. If you just copy them from here, then you may get them wrong. Okay, so let's go back and look at our article. And what I see right off the bat is that this is probably an editorial or a commentary. So that we know. So keep that in mind as you write about it, that it's an opinion or a commentary. Okay, so that's just a little bit about how to um, use OneSearch to kind of cast a net and see what's out there. It's a good way to get keywords. It's a good way to get a couple articles.